I was very aware there were so many things going on. There were a lot of researches going on at that time. Even with all the scarcity, with all the war going on, there was a lot of research going on. You know, how to improve on imported weapons, if they manage captured weapons from the Nigerian side, they take them, they strip them, and I mean, that was actually what Biafra was doing. Get these weapons from sometimes they capture weapons or the few, and they strip them, get a few of them, and they began to study them. How were these things made? Even if you can't make them look very fine, I mean, just do something. I mean, after all you need is something to explode and send out shrapnel and kill or maim people. And I mean, for as long as you achieve that purpose, no matter how crude your weapon looks, it has served the purpose, and that's all you need.
But I still don't understand why we never improve on those materials. That is really the point, because at the end of the day, the knowledge becomes the Nigerian knowledge, no? Because you cannot destroy the knowledge. We are looking at how we can move, how we can advance, no? Because knowledge is just like water, in that it is neutral. If you know something, it is not evil or good. It is what you do with it that make it good or bad.
Good or evil, yes.
So why do we have to do away with the knowledge that we have gathered? Okay, now, I said that because if we look at any other country in the world, any other significant country, whether you are looking at the Chinese, the Japanese, even the United States or UK, they have always built on their knowledge. They never let it, because if you cut it, you are going to start from level 1 again. Take for example, the development of the railway. And now we have the super speed railway. But take a look at the super speed railway and look at the railway that was designed before. They are basically the same. They are governed by the same logic. Now, if the Biafra were able to create this weapon and we cut it, it means that knowledge is lost. So we need to start from zero again. How does it work like that? If every other person is learning based on their past, where you reach now, for you to go on, you need to continue from there. Now, our own will destroy everything so that we don't even have where to start from. What is the logic? I don't understand that.
That's the irony of our situation. I think somehow we've always had the wrong leaders, the wrong people in power. Even if the person at the helm of affairs means well, but if you surround yourself with, people who are no good, who are not thinking good, who are not seeing beyond their noses, you end up the way we are now. The problem, I think the greatest problem of Nigeria is that people go into politics because they think it's the quickest avenue to become rich. Most wealthy people, the so-called billionaires in Nigeria, have their hands in the Nigerian pie. That is the truth. There are just a few people who have been able to make their money outside the government circles. Most other people have depended on the goodwill of their friends, relations in government to become rich. That's what is happening. And because of that, they want to protect the status quo. They think it should be protected because why not? You don't want other people to get into the system and displace you. Your friends, your relations, your tribesmen, and whatever are always the people benefiting. And once they are benefiting, you're okay. Meanwhile, there is abundance of poverty in the country. There are millions of people in this country, as we speak now, who cannot afford 1 square meal a day. One. I'm not talking about 3 square meals a day. People who do not have shelter, people who have virtually nothing. So, what are the resultant effects? Now, armed robbery, kidnapping, all sorts of vices are on the increase. Now everybody is scared. You're scared to go on a road. I mean, I remember many years ago, I could drive alone in my car for only God knows 7 hours, 8 hours, and I'm not scared of anything. But these days, you dare not try it. In fact, every town, every village in this country now is infested with kidnappers and robbers. There are, illegal guns in the hands of all sorts of groups, all sorts of individuals. In fact, it is by the grace of God that some of us are still alive, because the whole country has become something else.
Unfortunate.
It's just unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate.
All right. Now, I'm going to quote you a line from your book so I can see a kind of, so that I can ask you something relating to that. Now, I read a line from the book, which is, I'm taking it from chapter 1, page 2. Lieutenant Colonel Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, the military governor of the eastern region of Nigeria, seemed to have the solid and unequivocal support of majority of the people within the region. And so was in no mood to back down. I like that part very well. I like this support. So how did that support play out throughout the war that you know of?
There was no doubt that the people supported Ojukwu. They were bound to. Majority of the people did. Because we are all living witnesses to the pogrom that went on, especially in the northern part of the country, against the people from the southeastern part of the country. And, it built up a lot of anger. The people were angry. When trains came from the north bearing dead bodies and dying persons, in coaches, the people were bound to be angry. And these were defenseless civilians. Their only crime was that they came from a certain part of the country. Initially, they were killing soldiers from the eastern part of the country, but eventually it became everyone, anybody who came from that part of the country. And so with that kind of scenario, the people were angry. If they had their way, everybody wanted to be armed and move into, especially that part of the country where their people had been killed and maimed, and retaliate. That was the mood of the nation.
In 2015, if I'm not mistaken, I did a documentary which I titled Pan-Africanism, Testing Idea on Reality. And then, of course, in this documentary, I made mention of also the Nigerian Civil War and a number of other wars in Africa, which actually are war for other people, but we are the one fighting and we are the victims of it. Sometimes I think, anyway, based also on our explanation before, that because we didn't drive away the British, we signed a kind of contract of independence, which make it very stupid to start with, because they make us to sign a contract, and what it did, they still run the system, but it appeared as if we are the one running the system, but it's a very complex situation. Politics is a complex situation. Is it possible that somehow somebody have benefited from this war, while we, the Nigerian people, so to say, just ended up crucifying ourselves in the name of being Hausa or Yoruba or Igbo? I'm asking for your personal opinion.
Yeah, I think so, definitely, because like in my book, I mentioned something very strange happened. You know, I was young, but not too young. You know, something strange happened.